We live in a world where you literally cannot escape distractions. Just think about your day so far. How many Instagram posts have you scrolled past? How many YouTube videos have you clicked on? And how many texts, comments, or messages have you replied to? Or even, when is the last time you spent money on something because of what you've inadvertently been shown or advertised online? Our modern day world is quite literally designed to hijack our neural chemistry and indoctrinate your way of thinking so that you can be conditioned to act upon these thoughts and behave in a way that someone else wants you to. You can be made to take massive, life-changing action simply because of the way that someone else made you think. However, life doesn't have to be this way. If you can be conditioned and made to think and behave a certain way subconsciously by someone else, then the reverse is ultimately true, in which you can learn to reprogram your own subconscious thoughts and take control of your own mind in order to take massive unconscious action in the direction you want your life to head. Most people would just call this manifestation. And this has been my biggest lesson over the last 2 years, having personally met, worked with, been taught by and consumed content from many millionaires and high-performing people. I can confidently say that this one thing sets these people apart, and that is the way they think and how they control their thoughts. More specifically, over the last 6 months, I've been working with a very successful multi-seven-figure entrepreneur who himself actually would claim that the majority of his success comes from the way that he thinks in a way that has allowed him to empower himself and overcome difficult situations that most people might have just hit a roadblock on. So, having spent over 100 hours with him talking about mindset and beliefs, these are the 4 most important lessons I have taken away and can make me confident that I can achieve the same level of success within my own life and ventures. So if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or someone who simply wants to work and operate on another level, you're definitely going to want to listen to this video. So lesson 1 is be delusional about what you can achieve. Your beliefs define your reality. And Henry Ford famously once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Because when it comes down to it, everyone is delusional in some sense. You either have a delusion of scarcity or a delusion of abundance. And you can choose to have either at any moment. Both are a conscious decision and both will define your reality. And the truth of the matter is, no one has ever set out to achieve something small and accidentally achieve something big. Just think about it. What do Jeff Bezos, Adolf Hitler, and Steve Jobs all have in common? They all had tremendously large visions for what they thought was possible, way beyond the scope of what had ever been done before them. When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, his vision was to create the biggest online retailer for books. And this was something that had never ever been done before. And as a result, everybody doubted him. Especially when the dot-com market bubble crashed, Amazon's share price lost 94% of its value, and people doubted that the internet was just a fad and Amazon would never be able to make a return. But since then, Amazon is up 30,000%, a 300x increase on the value of the company. And Jeff Bezos directly credits Amazon's ability to make a comeback through this period simply because he had a long-term vision that he was committed to making happen no matter what. And he would not be dissuaded by any criticism or outside negativity. Hitler started World War II with a vision in mind that he would take over Central Europe and Russia, and he actually came incredibly close to achieving this. It's actually quite remarkable. One single European country of 60 million people was completely able to steamroll and control the land of the whole of Central Europe and Western Russia as well, simply because one single man had a massive delusional vision that no one thought was possible, and so they didn't even think it was worth their effort to try and stop him. When Steve Jobs founded Amazon, no other technology company had done what he wanted to do. Consumer technology used to be big, clunky, and was designed with logistics and functionality at the core. Steve was obsessed with making Apple a technology company that put design and user experience at the heart of everything, and he would stop at nothing to make sure that this vision was seen through. Steve famously fought with engineers at Apple who would tell him that your designs aren't possible, we'll need to remove this and that, and so on. And his response was always, no, you've got to find a way to make it happen, or you're fired. And every time they found a way to make it work, because this was the vision set out by the leader. This lesson is something that has served me greatly on many scales. So, for example, just the other week, we encountered a massive bottleneck in the business, and after trying various things to alleviate the problem, it became apparent that the only solution was to go and hire 4 more people for different roles in order to kind of alleviate the bottleneck and fix the issue we were having. So when the business owner messaged me saying, hey, Will, we need to find 4 more hires ASAP, to be honest, initially I sank a little. I knew that as of recent, finding and hiring the right talent hadn't been our strongest suit. We were struggling to find the right applicants with the right experience we needed. And only this time we were under pressure of time as well. We had to turn things around fast because the way things were going, we were kind of burning a little bit of money. Our team was getting a little bit demotivated, and we also needed to capitalize on the opportunities of a new month. But however, rather than fall back into being the person I once would have been, I thought to myself, there are businesses out there who will put out a hiring advert and will get the best talent applied, interviewed, and starting work just within a few days, simply because of their reputation. Everyone would want an opportunity to apply there. So my solution was just to adopt this mentality. I put out hiring adverts wherever possible. I became resourceful, leveraging network side access to other channels and platforms that I could find. I put out a bunch of job adverts. I then sifted through 50 different applications, interviewed a handful of people, and I'm pleased to say that through adopting this mentality, I was able to find, acquire, and onboard 2 new exceptional hires for our business within a week, who are both now crushing it and doing exactly what we needed them. And because of this, we've been able to turn around the trajectory of the business, alleviate the problems we were facing. And yeah, I knew that what I was trying to achieve was possible because it had been done by others. And so I just adopted this mentality that this was doable for me too. So the power to choose our own beliefs is one of your greatest untapped assets. Simply by shifting your identity, you can choose to shift your reality over time and accomplish whatever it is you desire. So lesson number 2 is be willing to invest in your education. This has probably been my biggest lesson learned, and it isn't even necessarily one I actually needed. So being confident to invest in your skills and education is easily the biggest life hack to speeding up your success, and here's why. When you have a goal that you want to accomplish, you only really have 2 major resources that you can use to get there, and that is time and money. However, one of these is infinitely more abundant than the other. So the question is, which one would you rather use and which one would you rather save? You can either pay with your time or pay with your money and skip the line. The great news is that no matter what it is you want to achieve, someone more experienced has already done that thing. They've already gained the knowledge, made the mistakes, and overcome every obstacle you can think of to get to the end destination. So why not just follow in the footsteps of someone who has already laid down the red carpet for you, rather than fight for yourself blindly, hoping you're going to stumble across the right answer? A story that my business owner often tells us comes from when he used to work as an engineer for a well-known car manufacturing company. He told us how that at one point the company were looking to design a specific type of engine for their cars. Now, instead of trying to get their current team of engineers to try and figure this out for themselves by designing this from scratch, potentially encountering roadblocks that will cost the company time and money, they just paid to hire a new team of engineers who had built these engines in the past for other companies and just simply got them to show them how it was done. So you may remember earlier as well how I said you can pay with your time or your money. Well, the truth is you're going to pay with your money regardless. It's just when and how you pay. You can either pay upfront to get educated on what it is you are trying to accomplish and pay for a solution, or you can pay through making expensive errors and even failing to realize your goal. This is paying with the cost of ignorance. So for example, if your goal is to earn £1 million a year, then every year you fail to meet that target, you are paying £1 million a year to be ignorant about the solution for this. So the solution to this is simple. Invest into your skills and knowledge by paying someone who knows how to do the thing that you want to do, what is a comparatively small amount of money, and accelerate the process of fixing your problem and getting it closer to the outcome that you desire sooner rather than later. So lesson number 3 is get very clear on your outcome and be able to work backwards from there. So obviously, look, in order to know where to invest our time and money, we first need to be clear on what exactly it is we want to achieve. A really common objection we hear from prospects who want to enroll in our education program is, let me do this one thing first so I can get started with something. I've done something, I can save some money, and then I'll circle back around with you guys when I can do this. It's honestly an objection that I've seen from hundreds of people, and we have to counter this day in and day out. Because the truth is, most people don't have a clear vision on what it is they're looking for and what they want from life. They're simply forever window shopping into possible opportunities, hoping to baby step their way into generational wealth and early retirement. These are typically the people we never hear back from until they get back to us 6 months down the line, once they've had a moment of realization, only to realize they've wasted 6 months of their time. So the lesson is, in order to get the results that most people don't get, we have to think and do the things that most people don't do. This means getting super clear on what the outcome we want is from any venture, because once the destination is set, the path towards it becomes clear and established. So if you're currently stuck in a job or situation and you're feeling lost, praying that things are going to get better, you need to sit down and truly think, does the path that I'm pursuing actually get me to the outcome that I desire? So let's say your goal is to make £1 million a year and you're currently working at McDonald's, then unfortunately there's a 100% chance that you're not in the right vehicle to achieve your outcome. It doesn't matter how good you are at making or serving food. You could even spend 20 years climbing the corporate ladder at McDonald's, but you will likely never achieve this desire. So being in the right vehicle to accomplish your goal is as important, if not more important, than also being the person who can achieve success in that vehicle. For myself, the main outcome I was looking for in moving forward with my life was to rapidly increase my income in a short space of time. I tried things in the past where, although I saw some success, I wasn't truly getting the outcome that I wanted. And to be honest, it took me a long time to realize this. That was all before the start of this year when I found out about and joined the online sales space, because I knew sales was a skill you could learn and acquire with needing sort of very little education in, and it was a vehicle that I could accelerate my income to over 6 figures in a year in a reasonably short space of time, also while acquiring valuable skills in other areas in business also. So the final lesson of this video, lesson number 4, is be able to bet on yourself to win. At the end of the day, you are the driver of your own destiny. You are the only person in full control of where your life is heading. The old saying is, if you want to make £1 million, you first need to become the person that is capable of making £1 million. And I have found this ever more true as I try and accomplish more and desire to do greater things. As you grow, you run into new challenges and continuously realize there are skills and knowledge you need to acquire in order to reach the next level, quite literally like a video game. Kind of in order to progress forward into a new chapter of the map, you need to unlock new skills, knowledge, tools, and connections. But by doing so, you also create like a type of safety net for yourself that's like, okay, worst comes to worst, I'm not ever going to end up back below that level ever again. And to be honest, it doesn't even take that long. Less than 1 year ago, I was in a position where I was working a job that I didn't really know if I enjoyed, not really knowing where I was going in life. And since then, I've been able to learn and acquire multiple high leverage and high paying skills that make me confident in saying, okay, you know what, like even in the worst case scenario, I can still go and get a high paying job anywhere else in the world, whether it be sales, marketing, or possibly even management or something like that. And also for me in my journey, I've only just started in terms of what I want to accomplish. But what drives me forward is I have the belief that I am better than everyone else. It may sound arrogant, but to be honest, it's something that mostly frustrates me. Every day I see people I know that are way less capable and way less intelligent than me doing greater things. And what gives me so much confidence in saying this is I know for a fact that my ability to learn and pick up new skills and grow into new situations and environments is second to none. I know that I can learn a skill in a month that what might take someone else potentially 6 months. So whenever I see someone doing better things, this is what gives me the confidence and conviction to say to myself, if these people can do it, then so can I. So I hope you gained a lot of insight from this video. These are the 4 most valuable mindset-driven lessons that will make me successful in the world of sales and online business. And if you would like to learn more about the psychology of sales and how to leverage conversations in your favor, then I have a video breaking that down right here.